Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. No, it's not Friday. It's Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Mornings with the Manager. Let me start by talking a few things that I think you might find interesting that happened in the past week or so. On December 3rd, uh, a week ago, Tuesday, the county election office certified the latest election results here in the city of Monterey. And we have a brand new council member. As you recall, Councilmember Hafer is leaving the city council after 12 years of being a council member. And he will be replaced by District 3 council member elect Jean Rash. And also confirmed for the council again are the re-elected Mayor Williamson. And then in District 4, Councilmember Garcia, who was appointed 2 years ago by the council, won his first election, and he will be back on the council on December 17th as the newly elected District 4 council representative. So a few thoughts about that. For the first time, we have completed now elections in the 4 newly defined districts in the city of Monterey. We have now Councilmember Dr. Barber in District 1 elected. We have Councilmember Smith in District 2 elected. That happened 2 years ago. And then this year again, District 3 and 4, Councilmember-elect Jean Rash and Councilmember Gino Garcia for the Districts 3 and 4, respectively. The mayor remains an at-large position, and the mayor remains to be elected also every 2 years. So he has to go in front of you, the voters, every 2 years, and the other council members are on a 4-year cycle with alternating cycles for District 1 and 2 versus District 3 and 4. So we are looking forward to the new council. We are looking forward learning from them what their priorities are. And we also will schedule a workshop with the city staff, city council, and the public for the end of January, where we will basically sit down with the council to go over the council's work program and discuss with the council also what are their new priorities coming 2025. That session will be held on January 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. In the council chamber. And again, we'll start off with the city staff presenting to the city council an update about our work program. You can take a look at our city staff work program, which is based on the council's input and the community's input on our website, and you will find there how many projects are actually being worked on, what projects have we completed, and in January everything will be updated as well. So as you know, we have done quite a great job in certain very high profile projects, i.e. Completed the cannabis implementation, i.e. housing element, rental inventory, etc. But there are also other work items that do not really make the headlines or have the attention from the public. And so a lot of that data is in that work program. And you can, again, I encourage you to check out our website to take a look at that. Also, as part of the election now, our council will have term limits, and the term limits are 12 years to be on the council. That's a charter amendment that the voters approved with a huge margin of support. What that means is that Councilmember Garcia and Council Member-elect Jean Rash now have the chance to be on council for a total of 12 years. and then they have to step down if should they get reelected each time, and then they have to step down and sit out an election period, and then they can run again for office. So the 12 years is just meant on the consecutive time, and then there is a break and they can come back. The other part is also that the previous council members like Dr. Barber and Ed Smith, their time on the council does not start until this measure took effect, which is going forward now. So there will be also term limits on them, but the previous time served does not count for that. So that is all what I wanted to share about the local elections we had here. On December 17th, there will be the swearing-in ceremony, and Dr. Hafer will be leaving us on that day, and I encourage everyone to show up, or everyone who appreciates what Ellen has done for the community, to maybe send him a card or shoot him an email. And with Ellen Hafer, we are losing a very competent, very fair, very balanced council member who stood on his principles, but always was there to reach out, to find and facilitate compromises that benefit the whole community. He truly was a councilman who looked out for the benefit of the whole city all the time. And we will miss him here on our council because of the great work he has done for the benefit of our community. And you know that our council members also serve on various boards and commissions. Ellen was on the FORA board, he was on MBAC, he was on various other boards, community human services, for instance, as well. And he always was there, always did his homework, always knew what he favored, what he didn't favor, and what was best for our community. So I will send him off on December 17th, and I will share with you that also staff will certainly miss this council member, because his fairness and his appreciation of staff, towards staff, and about staff were always appreciated by our team. On January 21st, we will be hosting our first council meeting of 2025. During that meeting, we will provide the City Council with an update about the rental inventory, as well as an update about our rental assistance program. And I want to talk about those two programs very briefly. The rental inventory program is almost a year old now. What we plan on doing in January is presenting to the community an update about the program. What is the compliance rate? What is the average income rate? What other connections do we see? What kind of stories does the data tell us? So we provide the council with a basis for maybe future decision making with respect to all matters regarding landlord-tenant relationships. And then in the evening also, we will present to the council our data that we have accumulated about our rental assistance program. As you recall, the City Council has put aside $250,000 annually to support renters. Our rental assistance program started last year. So far, we have spent about $240,000 over a group of about 65 families. The program is very labor intense. The program requires a lot of cross-checking with respect to the information that is being submitted to ensure that those who are asking us for help are actually the people who deserve to get the help as well. And so we will share a lot of the data points. When I told you that the program is funded with $250,000, there are actually two installments. One is coming from the previous year, fiscal year 23-25, where we allocated $250,000. That is the money that is being almost depleted right now. And then for the current fiscal year 24-25, we have another $250,000 set aside. So we are not running out of money. Even the first installment is almost paid out. There is another $250,000 there. I think we spent the first installment over a period of around 9 months or so. Having said all that, please pay attention. Please provide us with your input to both agenda items. Last week, we published the rental inventory, the public-facing site. People can go onto our website and can check out what we have as data there. Was a great TV feature on KSBW about that, but also if you go online, you will find a GIS based data map that will show you what we know about what rent is being paid in what rental property. So that has been always been part of the rental inventory program. And I think it has been widely accepted, and we have not heard any meaningful pushback yet about publishing the data. Again, it's about transparency and informing folks. There are no names attached, of course, but it gives you an idea about where the areas are of rent. And again, on January 21st, we will do a deeper dive and sharing the information that we have accumulated in the database. We have about a 73% compliance rate. That means 27% of landlords are still outstanding or haven't complied. And I'll share with you that we will continue to go and encourage those who are not in compliance to do what others are doing as well, which is following the will of the people by registering their rental properties. We talked about council meetings. We started 2 council meetings ago a new feature that we call the City Council meeting recaps. That's a 1-page email, a 1-page flyer that can be sent out through email that you also can print out and share it with your family. That basically summarizes the work that our city council is doing during council meetings. You usually always learn about the headline grabbing agenda reports or presentations, but there are literally dozens of other items that the council decides about. Part of that is in the consent agenda, and part of that will tell you how we are replacing the city fleet, how are we accepting grant funding, how are we fixing certain things by awarding contracts to different vendors, different contractors working in the city of Monterey or working outside of Monterey. So we will highlight some of those elements there as well, talk about the major items in a very, very brief and abbreviated way. But the idea is basically to let you look inside the council meetings a little bit more, and then when it reaches your interest levels, there are of course our agendas out there, our meeting minutes out there, and of course the reruns of our televised meetings on YouTube as well as on AMP. Speaking about this, there is an equipment challenge with AMP right now that makes our live television a little bumpy. The better quality is always on YouTube. If you are watching Channel 25, we know that there are issues. AMP, Access Monterey Peninsula, who is the provider, is working very hard to find out what the issue is. I think they have a good idea where it is, but now they have to figure out what it is in that particular location. Again, my message to you is, if you want to watch it live with really high quality, use the YouTube feature and watch it there. We also will feature coming up sometime at the end of January, early February, our State of the City address, and that's where the mayor and I provide our community with an update. What have we done last year? What are we plan on doing the next year? It's a great opportunity for residents, businesses to learn about what is on the mind of city staff, city council, and it provides also some insights in where we are fiscally and personal wise, etc. So I think it's always a good 360 overview over the city, and showing also elements we have to work on. We will publish, of course, well in advance, the location of that and also the time of that. We will try to do something differently this year than we did in the previous years, but that's for later mornings with the manager to explain. We're still working out the details for that. We have our first cannabis dispensary opening up in the next 2 weeks or so, just in time for the Christmas business. The cannabis dispensary is named OTC, that stands for Off the Charts. It will be located at 734 Lighthouse Avenue. To describe it to you, where is 734 Lighthouse? That is adjacent to the Valero gas station and kind of across from Johnny's Pizza. And so 735 Lighthouse, Off the Charts cannabis dispensary will be the very, very first dispensary that will be opening here in Monterey within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Cannabis business is not this huge business anymore that it once was. You probably read the headlines that in the city of Seaside, dispensaries are closing. They are literally struggling, just because I think the market has quite a number of cannabis dispensaries, and also a lot of the consumers of cannabis products may still buy their cannabis products through different means. So we'll see how this will go. As I spoke about this many times, our roadmap that we implemented at the end of 2020. We followed it diligently based on the input from the community, based on the input from different city councils now, and we are very proud that also this work program now has led to the first licensed operator in the city of Monterey opening their doors in about 2 weeks at 734 Lighthouse Avenue. The winter is here, as you know. Winter is here. That doesn't mean we have wildfires. You see the headlines out of Malibu. They look pretty grim. And also here on the Monterey Peninsula, we are missing moisture right now. We are missing also rainfalls. So we are ready to face the rainfalls. I think there's a little bit of forecast for tonight, Wednesday night, and then also on Friday. But what will happen, hopefully sooner than later, is again that we will have a series of winter storms coming to us. The new version of winter storms is called atmospheric rivers. It's the same same thing, just different name, which means there will be wind and there will be down power lines, there will be down trees, and there will be hopefully enough rain to get us through next year without water restrictions. So I wanted to show you our city team has worked diligently to clean the storm drains, unplug storm drains. We built a little retaining wall again next to wharf number 2 to prevent on Del Monte. A lot of work is being done, and if you haven't done so, please sign up for Alert Monterey County, alertmontereycounty.org. We are using this quite a bit, and you get a lot of good information through your smartphone on the text feature there. So please sign up at alertmontereycounty.org. Last Friday night, we had our traditional tree lighting event at Colton Hall. Over 3,000 people showed up. It was a great event organized by Old Monterey Business Association and in close partnership with First Night Monterey, as well as the city of Monterey. And it was very well received. There was a great band playing music that really brought a lot of cheer to the crowd. We had KMBY radio station live broadcasting this event. And as I stated, about 3,000 folks were there enjoying the ceremony, and the tree lights all performed well. Every single light bulb went on without a hitch. This year, we also decorated City Hall buildings with lights. I promise you, next year, there will be more city buildings illuminated. And I hope that you find the time to stop by City Hall after dark. That means after 5:15, 5:20 now, and enjoy what scenery is there, and hopefully get into the spirit of the holidays, be reflective and appreciative, and look hopefully into 2025. There are a lot of events out there. You will find those events at monterey.gov/holiday events, where we have accumulated all the different things that are going on in our community. This weekend, Monterey State Parks will host the popular Christmas in the Adobes event. So this will happen this weekend. And again, if you want to take a look inside of our Adobes and other agencies' Adobes, they are open for you. Stop by, take a look. We have also decorated the city with the Monterey Angels. A total of 12 restored, rehabilitated, brand new angels have been added and replaced those that have been broken or have been deteriorated by the weather. We use a new material now, so those angels will look as beautiful as they are from day one for many years ahead. So again, compliments to our library director, Brian Edwards, who took on that task as well. But we will continue to do the same for next year. So in December next year, we'll add another 12 to the growing number of angels there. Again, they were created 1957, the first time in the city of Monterey. They were upgraded in the 60s, then again in 1999, and now 2024, we are putting our own mark on the restoration of those angels as well. That's all what I have today for you. Please note that city offices will be sparsely staffed during the holidays. Everything that needs to run on 24/7, fire department, police department, public works department will still be there and working for the city around the clock, as always, 24/7. But some of our other offices will be closed and shut down. We really want our employees also to take the time off during the holidays and enjoy a great time with their families and friends. and we'll be back fully in business in 2025. This holiday break will start sometime after the council meeting on December 17th, when people will take the well-deserved vacation, and offices will be closed in the following week and the week thereafter. So if you have to connect with someone, call the city clerk's office or call the city manager's office. Will tell you which office is open and if you can do business there. December 31st will be again organized by First Night Monterey. I believe First Night Monterey is now the longest running First Night event in the nation. Again, First Night Monterey is already running on 100% to get to the finish line, which will be starting on December 31st and go well into 2025, January 1st. I encourage you to buy their buttons, to support them. City of Monterey is the single largest donor supporter for First Night Monterey, but they depend, we all depend highly on your participation in buying those buttons for adults and for the youth. Please check it out at firstnightmonterey.org. And I encourage you all to spend at least a few hours in downtown Monterey at the various venues that you can access and enjoy music and other artists performing there. And it's a great way of closing out the year, and it's a great way of welcoming 2025. That's all for me today. I want to thank you all for listening again. I'm looking forward to another great 2025. Let's see what the year will throw at us. And I'm pretty sure with the help of our residents and our excellent team, we will be mastering all the challenges again. So thank you again for all the support you have given our city council, our city team here. It's, as always, a privilege working for the city of Monterey. And I see you around City Hall. Have a great holidays and a great 2025. Bye-bye.